And we are live. Welcome everyone to, well, the Alicia 426 channel. I'm Alicia, she, her pronouns, blah blah blah, you know who I am. Today I'm gonna do a setup tour, and the setup's just my laptop, so let's do that. But first, a little word on GNOME. Why am I using GNOME? Do I know it's bad? Why does everyone hate it? I don't care. I don't give a shit. Look, I use what is best for my use case, and in this case, it's GNOME. Is it as light as LXD? No. Is it as customizable as KDE? No, but I've gotten pretty close. So first I'm going to show you just my setup. I got my icons. I'm using Sakura as my terminal. Just a quick note on Sakura. This icon was changed. And I'll show you. The original icon sucks. Well, it doesn't suck. It just doesn't fit my theme here. So what I did, I installed this called a la carte. So like a main menu or like a menu items editor. So you can go into, for example, let's go programming. This Modelia thing and just install it. I'm gonna start tinkering with it. You can go properties. You can change the icon. So I can click on this and it lets me pick an icon for it. How cool is that? So I can choose my icons for whatever I want. I'm using Audacity for my audio recording. For my video recording, I'm using the GNOME Desktop Recorder, which is great. Just one word about it. If you want to use it to record clips longer than 30 seconds, because for some reason it thinks it's the Nintendo Switch clip recorder or something. If you want it to record for more than 30 seconds, you need to put in one of these. It just tells the setting. In my case, this is seconds, so that's an hour. It just tells the settings, hey, this will record for an hour. Cool thing about this is it records to WebM. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, so that's my workflow. I got the GNOME recorder thingy and Audacity for the audio so I can run a noise filter. I just put a little makeshift pop filter on my mic so you might get a little better audio quality. Let's go over my extensions. These are all the extensions I have installed, but the ones I use are this one. Coverflow Alt-Tab, super good. Replaces the Alt-Tab functionality. It's really good because it doesn't group windows. So if you have, like, let's say 2 terminals, normally GNOME would group them in its regular Alt-Tab, but in here you can see both of them. Plus the animation is just awesome. The fact that this is an extension for Firefox really makes GNOME easy to customize. As long as you install GNOME tweaks and this extension, and you can pick and choose what you want. The other super important one is high top bar, because, you know, I only have one monitor in my laptop. It's not like it has a million screens. It's like that architect scene in the Matrix. And even those screens are bad. So this one just gives me a little extra real estate that I really appreciate. And user themes. Those are really the only ones I use. A lot of people say caffeine is like a must, and I use it sometimes, but I don't always have it enabled. So, you know, make of that what you will. Now, as far as themes go, I'm going to show you my tweaks. Now, you'll notice my terminal is Sakura, because, well, the GNOME terminal just doesn't vibe with me, you know? I like Sakura. It's lightweight, it's lightning fast, and for what I do, you know, I don't need tabs or panels. You have Tmux for that. Plus, like, GNOME has really good tiling stuff, like left or right, so I can do this. Plus, the animations are top-notch. Like, really, like, a lot of people don't like the animations. I like them. It makes my computer feel a bit more vibrant, you know? So I got Breeze Dark on the apps, Breeze Snow for my cursor, Breeze Dark for the icons, and Materia Dark Compact for my shell. Now, all of these I installed from the terminal. So what you would want to do is do a DNF search, and then just do theme, or GTK theme or something, or whatever. And you'll get sent a lot of things. Like another cool theme is this Yaru one. That's really cool. This Plymouth one is also really cool. You get all the Greybird ones. But in my case, I'm just fine with Breeze, so I like Breeze. But you got a lot of choices in here, and you gotta find one that fits you, that's best for you, you know. Because that's what Linux and, well, GNU Linux, because I'm gonna get someone in the comments that someone's gonna be me, because it's actually GNU plus Linux. I get it. Look, I'm not saying I'm Richard Stallman's daughter, although that'd be pretty weird. Imagine growing up being Richard Stallman's daughter, to be like, can I have computer time? Yes, but you gotta read all the software license agreements. And if they're not Libre software, you don't use them. So you'd spend like 3 hours reading licenses, and then when you're finally gonna decide to use the software, you'd be like, well, it's time for bed. So, you know, it's pretty weird. Anyway, for my background, I got like this village thingy. This like village theme. You've seen it. I really like it. I get my wallpapers from R Wallpapers or R Wallpaper or R set as BG from Reddit. I'll show you. Nick R Wallpapers. Another one I really like. You can tell how slow my internet is right now. But you get really good wallpapers. They're all safe for work. And you get really cool stuff. In this one, there's also R Wallpaper and R set as BG, which I also really like. So those are some cool places for like wallpapers. That was pretty decent. Like this one, this is the style I like. Ooh, that's space one. Of course, anime people see. This is where I got mine. Village Art Scenery. Really like it. This is also a really cool one. Of course, anime, like seriously. Like, I like anime as much as the next person, but just, ouch, you know. Like, I like Miyazaki movies. I watched Princess Mononoke somewhat recently. I watched, what's the other one? My Neighbor Totoro? Totoro? That neighbor. And, you know, was pretty nice. It was really good. And I cried. They were good movies. I'm a big fan of some 90s anime. I'm a big Inuyasha fan. If anyone out there is an Inuyasha fan. Alright, enough weep stuff. Here is also one big thing I like about Genomes. Just this view, you know? Lets you like take a look back and know what you're doing without wasting screen real estate. Okay, so here's a quick preview of the next Python episode. Right now, it's just, you know, I use VS Codium as my main editor for like Python, Rust, JavaScript. Well, whenever I do it, JavaScript. It's pretty nice. It's really nice. I also use Atom sometimes, but honestly, any Libre or free software distribution of VS Code is good. Like Arch has in its like AUR, one that's just code OSS, and you just install code or code-OSS. I forget the name of the package, but you use Yay, or there's another called Aura for the AUR. You just install it. In this case, this one's called VS Codium. I think the GitLab is Paul Carity. So that guy just maintains it and provides like a mirror and like a package for Fedora. Alright, NeoFetch time. And let's just blow it up so you can see what I'm running. So I'm running, as I said, Fedora 33. I have a ThinkPad T500. Wow, that's a lot of uptime. This resolution is because I'm running 16 by 10 display, which I absolutely love. I love the vertical real estate. Like some laptops come with 3 by 2, and I like that. This is 16 by 10. I really love it. I feel like 16 by 9, like it's good for movies and stuff, but for getting more work done, it's just makes things weird, you know? As I've said, my icons, and I'm running an old Core 2 Duo, a 64-bit chip. And I've got a I've got 8 gigs of RAM with 480 gig SSD, just really basic Kingston one. Works like a charm, really wakes up this machine. So, you know, that's what I got going on, you know? As far as editors, I also use Vim. That's, if you ever see me, like, on a video do this, but on a text file, is because I use Vim. Vim is cool. There's nothing like it when it comes to editing configuration files. So, for example, I'll show you my bash RC. And you should always point to the home directory, but I'm on the home directory, so whatever. Also, this export PS1 line, here I'll select it. This way Vim is cool. You can do Shift V to select the line. It's called the visual line. You can do this, but right now we're just selecting this line. This is what gives me my colored prompt, and you know, you can learn how to do this by hand, or you can do to something called ecprompt.net. Dang it. Always forget. It's quit, not exit, so I can go to like ecprompt.net, this one. And it just lets you generate a bash prompt. So I'm gonna put a link to this one in the description, and you just paste this into your bash RC. So you can put like status, get status, time, extra characters, and all the good stuff. If you just want to do this and this, you can. Nothing's stopping you, you know? Alright, we've seen extensions. This isn't my computer setup, but this is part of my setup. This is my home server. I don't have a lot going on. It's powered by Docker. This is everything I'm using. Apache, Triskel Linux, which is a really cool Linux distribution. If you want to learn more, just head to triskel.info. I'm a forum user, and Triskel is just amazing. Really nice community, really helpful. This is a totally Linux Libre GNU Linux operating system. You can download it. I'm always gushing about it. It has like, the main one has the Mate desktop. You can also get it LXDE. For KDE fans, you have a KDE one. There's no specific GNOME one, but since it's Ubuntu based, but they deblob the kernel, so it's not, you know, bloated with let's say proprietary firmware. I was going to use a much more rude word, but proprietary firmware. It's fully Libre, free as in freedom. But I'm sure you can get GNOME working on it if you're a GNOME fan. But everything else you got, I've run this with like XFCE. My server actually runs on this with Apache for like this quick startup page. So as you can see, powered by Triskel, Apache, Docker, and a very tired Alicia. And I can attest to that very tired Alicia because that's me. You got Docker, transmission for let's say torrenting Linux ISOs. Python, of course, Flask, which is this is just a quick and decent quick Flask app. I'll show you. I got Jupyter. I got a Jupyter shell going. Jellyfin. This one's really good because it's a media center. So it's kind of like Plex, but it's free. It's actually a fork of the MB project, but it's fully Libre. And of course, where would we be without Vim and being able to edit stuff? So this is just a Flask app. It's just the same CSS theme I got going. This is a Redis counter. It's nothing special, you know. But what this was is just me demonstrating and learning how to mount and you know, get Flask up and running within Docker the right way, with its like attributes and a template instead of just a line of text. So that's my home server. I think that's all for my for my he. Yeah. No, I think that's all of it. Once again, extensions, fonts, keyboard and mouse. I don't have anything super esoteric there. I will show y'all one more thing. That's in my settings. And let's go to keyboard shortcuts. So you'll see some of my keyboard shortcuts. I have one for the terminal, Super T, and one for an Explorer with my home folder, Super E. And that's pretty much it. Sometimes I have one for my browser, which is Windows F or Super Key F, and that's it. So that's my setup tour. That's what I work with and what I do with it.